Valiant Hearts: The Great War is a beautiful and impactful game centering on the lives of 4 ordinary people and 1 extraordinary canine throughout the First World War. Developed by Ubisoft Montpellier and published by Ubisoft, Valiant Hearts was created within the UbiArt framework engine and has artistic, hand-drawn images presented in a comic book style. Unlike many war games, it does not solely focus on combat and was developed in consultation with the World War I Centenary Commemorative Program. At its fundamental level, Valiant Hearts: The Great War is a 2D, mimicry-style, side-scrolling adventure game, but it's so much more than that. Mixing exploration, action, and puzzles together with stirring narration, moving cutscenes, a poignant musical soundtrack, and emotive characters, this game redefines what is considered a war game. Taking place between 1914 and 1918, with the story following characters throughout the war, detailing the heartbreak and struggle that defined an age. The tagline of the game is 4 unsung heroes, 4 intertwined destinies, and that's definitely one of the driving forces here. Games can affect our moods. They can be a way of communicating ideas to a player and can affect their behaviour, and this is what Valiant Hearts does in its stride. It pushes the player, them needing to know what happens next. The investment of effort from the player helps form attachments to outcomes and to the characters. The act of playing and exerting energy into the game, making the player partly responsible for the outcome. The goal here is not to win. There's not winning in this game like this, but it's the attachments and the overcoming of obstacles set by the rules that make this an engaging game. A game's value can be determined by how it makes its players think and feel, and Valiant Hearts is a powerhouse of emotions. Many design features lend themselves to furthering this emotional response from a player. The gameplay is simple, with some areas only allowing 1 outcome from the player, no matter how hard they might try and fight it. Much like the characters themselves, forced down paths they fear to tread, so too the player is forced to follow. The cartoonish features of the characters and world add depth and a surprising amount of realism to the game. Though the eyes of most of the characters are hidden, their personality and emotions are portrayed through their actions and the use of sound. The main character, Emile, whilst in the midst of the frontline trenches, is a non-combat focused character. He is a flag bearer, turned cook, turned trench digger. His weapon's a wooden spoon or a shovel. The aim is not to get the highest kill count, but to find creative solutions to problems. This game manages to capture sentiment with and without words. The narration is moving and poignant, and the characters themselves don't speak, rather they speak in pictograms and grunting sounds.
A farmer. The next, a soldier.
Being able to empathise and understand perspectives of those who lived 100 years ago is a daunting task. Games have great potential as teaching tools, in part due to their immersive, intrinsically motivating narratives which compel players to deeply engage in their worlds. And this is where Valiant Hearts excels. Players experience multiple perspectives on both sides of the war, soldier and civilian alike. This game blurs the lines between right and wrong, good and evil, us and them. It teaches us about the past, the war, and human nature itself. Diary entries are unlocked through play, detailing the main characters' motivations and feelings as events happen in their lives. Facts and archival photographs are earned as items, collectible artifacts hidden throughout the environment. These snapshots into World War I drive home that Valiant Hearts is more than just a game. It's a piece of actionable history that stays with the player long after the end credits roll. Released on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, iOS, Android, and most recently Nintendo Switch, Valiant Hearts: The Great War is an important and impactful game well worth the play.